So what's the difference between the Liberty 2 Pros and the Liberty Air 2 Pros? Well, these have noise canceling. These do not. These look like AirPods. These do not. That's all there is to it. Bye. Let's start with the Liberty 2 Pros. They look like this. They have a button on each earbud. They're a little slanted. They have a hoop to fit into your ears. The fit and seal of these earbuds is very, very good. I don't think any earbuds I've ever used, wired or wireless, seal in my ear this well. That's what my ear looks like. And honestly, it's better than most mediocre active noise cancellation headsets. There is a Soundcore app that you don't have to use, but if you do use the app, you can customize the EQ. But generally, these earbuds sound really, really good for music, podcasts, whatever you're listening to. I like them a lot. They're one of my favorite earbuds I've ever used. They don't feel heavy. Not exactly like the most comfortable thing I've ever put in my ear, but I don't get particularly uncomfortable after a few hours. You can customize the buttons on the headset, and you can do that in the Soundcore app. And I prefer buttons, honestly, or these buttons anyway, to touch controls on earbuds or headphones. I just find that, you know when you're pushing it, and you're not going to accidentally activate it. I don't know the specific number of hours that the earbuds get, but I never have to worry about charging them. I never had them on long enough to go from full to dead. That hasn't happened. And I've had them on for several hours at a time. And the case obviously gives you more charges to go along with it. The case is USB-C, and they also are wireless charging. These have been out for a couple years, but having wireless charging and USB-C, you don't always get that in headsets that come out much later than that. But generally, I find these to be an excellent pair of earbuds. I've used them a lot. I'm surprised they haven't broke or something by now, but hours and hours and hours and hours of use. From me, Liberty Air 2 Pros. These are much newer, and they look like AirPods. The seal on these is pretty decent. Not as good as the Liberty 2 Pros, but you need to make sure you use one of the 5 tips they provide and get the right fit for you, because if you don't have a good seal, it's going to hurt the noise cancellation a lot. They are lighter in my ears. I would say less comfortable over time because of probably the plastic. It's maybe a brushed plastic. It's not exactly soft. I could keep these in my ears less time than I can the Liberty 2 Pros. That's not to say they're uncomfortable. I don't feel them uncomfortable right now. They're, like I said, they're light. And these sound just as good as the Liberty 2 Pros. I think they're a little less bassy, but very, very, very comparable. There's a normal mode, a ambient mode, and a noise canceling mode. The ambient mode is just letting a little bit of what's outside through the microphones into your ear. It's fine. And the sound is as good with noise canceling on or off. The issue I do have when in noise canceling mode, the volume is close to maxed out for me. And I'm not someone who listens to music particularly loud. So if you're someone who needs a loud pair of earbuds, maybe that could be an issue for you. These have touch controls. I don't love having to tap an earbud into my ear. I prefer a button, but I also understand that it's the way the headsets are made now. And these work fine. I haven't had any issue with them not registering. They tend to register every time I try to use them. The problem I do have is they will activate accidentally. I'll switch out of a mode or switch track just by moving my head against something. So that's a little bit of an issue. You can have them set to volume or track, play, pause, and you can switch between the modes of ambient, noise cancellation, and normal, which is helpful to be able to switch that without using your phone. The battery life on these guys is very similar to the Liberty 2 Pros when you're not using noise cancellation. Active noise cancellation really eats into the battery life. And just like the other ones, the charging case will give you a couple extra charges of life, has USB-C and wireless charging as well. The noise canceling on these is very good. It's not as much as you would get with a Sony XM4s or a Bose Quiet Comfort. They're a tier below that, but you still notice it. It still makes a difference. So if you're going for just pure maximum noise cancellation, the Liberty Air 2 Pros are the way to go. And as a general tip, I'd say don't pay for crappy noise cancellation. Don't pay for mediocre active noise cancellation. You're better off getting a good pair of noise isolating earbuds or a headset than you are buying low tier noise canceling. Either get, something like this, which is good, or go to the top. So something like this is worth it. These are $129 retail. You can get them for a little over $100. Usually they have a lot of sales with Soundcore. These are $100 retail, and they're a couple years old. And I wouldn't say don't pay $100, but you're almost always going to find them on sale for $75, $80. If you're patient, you're going to find a 20% markdown on either one of these. Just a quick note before I wrap up the video. Neither of these are great for exercise. The Liberty 2 Pros stay in your ear a little bit better than the Liberty Airs do, but I wouldn't recommend either for heavy exercise. And they're rated IPX4 water resistance, so don't swim with them. Okay, back to the video. There you have it. 2 good pairs of wireless earbuds and the differences between them. So if you're okay with the AirPod shape, you're not going to be wearing them for hours on end. You want some noise cancellation, good sound, good battery life, go for these. Then if you don't need active noise cancellation and you think noise isolation would be good enough for you and you just want good sound, good battery life, and comfortability, these are good for you. And that's the differences I found between these 2 headsets. I hope this video has helped you. Please consider liking and subscribing. I'll see you next time. Bye. And these, so that means, and the Liberty Pro 2 Pro Air Pro Liberty blah, 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 blah.